Welcome to the Explainer. So, if you're a focused learner looking to literally master the art of building engaging, educational children's content, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to look at a complete blueprint for the modern creator. We're bridging the gap between ancient storytelling techniques and the cutting-edge artificial intelligence tools we have sitting right at our fingertips. It's this absolutely fascinating intersection of art, history, and technology.
But before we even touch the tech stack, let me ask you something. What makes a children's story truly unforgettable? Seriously, think about the stories that stuck with you from your own childhood. The secret here is that capturing a modern kid's attention requires a very specific blend. You've got to combine historical, deeply rooted moral storytelling with a highly engaging, modern visual delivery. One without the other, it just won't cut it today.
Okay, let's dive into this blueprint. We've got 5 main stops today. 1. The evolution of storytelling. 2. Crafting the educational message. 3. AI animation step-by-step. 4. Hooking your viewers. And finally, 5. Winning with YouTube thumbnails. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The evolution of storytelling, from fables to modern narratives. You know, to create content that actually resonates today, we kind of have to look backwards first to understand exactly how stories have historically been used to teach morals and shape behavior.
Looking at the academic foundation of children's literature here, the ultimate goal has literally always been the exact same: shaping young minds. Whether it's an ancient text or a modern picture book, stories are basically like a safe little sandbox for kids to explore complex ethical challenges, internalize life lessons, and develop empathy, all without feeling like they're being lectured to.
The way we deliver these lessons, though, has evolved dramatically. To put this timeline into perspective, back around 600 BCE, we had Aesop's fables, simple animal allegories giving direct instructions, right? Like the boy who cried wolf. Fast forward to 1693 during the Enlightenment, and philosopher John Locke brings in this blank slate idea, focusing heavy on education and reason. By the Victorian era, say 1863, things get more complicated, with real-world moral dilemmas popping up in stories. And today, modern narratives are tackling huge issues, from social justice to environmentalism, pushing kids to think critically rather than just follow rigid rules.
And this brilliantly illustrates the gold standard of our craft. C.S. Lewis, the guy behind Narnia, hit the nail on the head. He said, "A children's story which is only enjoyed by children is a bad children's story." Truly effective moral stories operate on multiple levels. They offer simple truths for the kids and deeper, nuanced reflections for the parents watching alongside them. If you can achieve that, you've got a winning narrative for sure.
Moving right along to Section 2, crafting the educational message through interactive learning. We know the history now, but how do we apply this today? To capture modern attention, we absolutely have to ditch abstract concepts and make our lessons interactive. Let's use time management as our core example here.
Look, if you tell a kid, hey, you need to be better at time management, you've already lost them. Actually, scratch that. They aren't just lost, they're totally bored. Traditional lectures just don't work because time is a completely invisible, abstract concept to a child. But when we turn it into a game, like beat the timer for a morning routine or priority poker for homework, boom, you make time visible and concrete. Kids learn best through low-stakes repetition and play. This is exactly how we need to structure our educational messages: show, play, and interact. Don't just talk at them. All right, Section 3, AI animation step-by-step, or the medium. Now that we have our highly engaging interactive message, how do we digitize it? We're going to see how a single creator can use accessible AI to build an entire animated cartoon from absolute scratch.
Let's move to the software stack and see how this builds. Step 1 is scripting. You can just use ChatGPT to build out scene-by-scene instructions. Step 2 is character design. An all-in-one platform like OpenArt is a lifesaver here because it lets you lock in a consistent character design so they look identical in every shot. Step 3 is generating your static visuals. Step 4 is where the magic really happens, turning those static images into video using a model like Kling 2.5, which is specifically amazing for vibrant, cartoonish motion. Finally, Step 5 is editing. You drop in lifelike voiceovers from 11 Labs and stitch the whole shebang together in CapCut.
Let's look at a really concrete example for the scripting phase. You do not need a complex prompt. Something as simple as, a brave squirrel tries to save his magical acorn from a sneaky fox who wants to steal it. This gives the AI exactly what it needs: a clear hero, a clear villain, and a super fun conflict. The AI will take that one sentence and break it down into a whole 7-scene script that flows naturally. Simplicity is totally your best friend when prompting AI for kids' content.
Which brings us to Section 4, hooking your viewers in the first 15 seconds. Because here's the harsh reality of the internet. The best AI animation in the world will completely bomb if you don't capture the viewer's attention instantly. Let's transition over to the market phase of this explainer. You literally have about 15 seconds before a viewer decides to stay or scroll. It's wild. So here are your top psychological hooks. Start in media res. Drop them right into the middle of the action. No slow build-up. You can ask what if to instantly spark their imagination. Pose rhetorical questions that force their brain to subconsciously answer. Highlight a major pain point, like the chaos parents face every morning. Or, my personal favorite, use the curiosity gap. Tease a secret or an outcome that they just have to keep watching to figure out.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the power of the hijacked soundbite. As Steve Jobs noted right here, creativity is just connecting things. If you open your content by hijacking a smart, recognizable quote from a deeply respected figure, you instantly transfer their credibility right onto yourself. It tells your audience, hey, I know what I'm talking about and you're in good hands. It's an incredibly effective trick.
And finally, Section 5, winning with YouTube thumbnails, getting the click. Listen, they won't even see those first 15 seconds if they don't click in the first place. That brings us to our final vital step, the packaging of your product.
Simplicity is the hottest trend in thumbnails right now, but it has to raise curiosity. The highest converting visual elements? Make it people-centric with highly expressive emotional faces. Use super short, contrasting text overlays like 3 words maximum. Create intrigue with bold numbers. Use urgency provokers, a ticking clock or only 1% know this, and absolutely use before and after split screens to show a dramatic visual transformation.
So the crucial point here is the difference between an amateur and a pro. The amateur designs one thumbnail, throws it up, and just hopes for the best. The professional, they go the extra mile with A/B testing multiple designs. By using a tool like Thumbnail Test, you upload 2 or 3 variations, let the algorithm show them to different segments of your audience, and track which one gets the highest click-through rate. The absolute best one wins automatically. That's how you guarantee maximum reach. It's a real game changer.
Wow, we've covered a ton of ground today. We've seen how the timeless art of moral storytelling, all the way from Aesop to modern narratives, can be totally supercharged by today's AI animation tools, and finally packaged up with high-converting hooks and thumbnails to win the click. The barrier to entry has quite literally never been lower, but the requirement for a great story, it's higher than ever. The tools are here, sitting right at your fingertips. The only question left is, what story will you tell? Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.